Psycho killer. Cascasque. Fuck yeah. Run away. Ho, 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 ho. Oh, yeah.
I hear they play that at the Olympics when they do the races.
No, you're fucking.
What you just did.
Run away.
Yeah.
They're not going to play.
Of course they don't.
They're not going to play Psycho Killer at the Olympics.
Of course they don't. Wait, that was not real. You didn't believe me, did you?
Well, you say things convincingly, dude.
Oh, okay.
Would you not want me to believe you whenever you say something? Because you said it exactly how you say everything else.
Well, thank you.
Welcome back to Don't Blow Up,
The podcast.
My name is Gerardo
My name is Miguel
Alarcon.
Gonzalez. This is like a waltz. I'm following your lead.
That would be a sick ass name, Gerardo Miguel, like Luis Miguel.
Okay, yeah, middle. I mean, I think my name should be the first name, but
Miguel
I'm
Gerardo.
biased.
Gerardo's not a last name though.
Huh? Middle.
Oh.
You forgot they existed.
No, but it's a last name, dude. I don't have a middle name.
You forget that names are like Oreos.
There's a white part in the middle.
There's just stuff. Like
Imagine like the two names are black and then the one in the middle is white.
I mean, yeah, you can make it about.
Yeah.
Right. That kind of reminds me of something I want to talk about.
What?
So I was going into this coffee shop and I just overheard, and there was like this white couple, and this is a testament to how if you don't live in a diverse area, you don't know how to talk to people. So I was walking by into the coffee shop and I overhear this white couple talking to this black guy. And they're like, yeah, we loved Get Out. And they're like trying to connect with him. And it was the most tone deaf thing I'd ever heard.
Ugh.
And I busted out laughing walking by, but I wasn't looking at them. I just laughed.
Yeah.
And then the look on the guy's face was just like, okay, I'm in this right now. This is really happening.
Yeah.
And then he was just kind of bearing it. Like, he didn't say much about when they said that.
Yeah.
And they said it multiple times. And the whole time when I was inside in the coffee shop just waiting, I was just thinking about the other things that they said that they thought were the right thing to say. So I just imagine them being like, that's Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
What a guy. He's a good guy. Good actor.
Blazing Saddles was a terrible movie. Have you ever seen Blazing Saddles?
No.
Damn.
Yeah. I like, do you hear about Black Wall Street? It's terrible.
Like, Will Smith should have been nominated for Concussion.
Oh, yeah. Or just like that whole Chris Rock, Will Smith thing.
I'm conflicted because I love both of them.
What do black people think? Just having him the spokesman for everybody.
I had a question for you.
Okay.
Oh, did you want to say something else?
No.
Sorry. No, the most upset no. No.
Yeah. I'm not raging. No, it's all good. What?
Do you ever think of jokes right when you wake up?
No. You
Never. You've never thought of a joke right when you woke up?
No.
It's never been like the first thing that came to mind?
No.
I mean, I'm not saying it's normal. I'm just asking if it's ever happened to you.
Don't get defensive. It's okay.
It doesn't happen every day for me. But like I was in Oceanside this last weekend and I woke up at 2:30 in the morning, right? I woke up at 2:30 in the morning and I thought of the funniest fucking thing ever. And I was like, dude, you've got it, dude. Nobody else wakes up thinking of the funniest fucking joke of all time, dude.
It's just funny. Like, you're the funniest when you're like half asleep.
Yeah. I was like, this is my writing hour, dude. I got to wake up at 2:30 after sleeping like 3 hours.
You got to write it
and
down.
write my shit out, dude. And then I was thinking, and then I thought about something else and I was like, that's fucking hilarious, dude. And then as I'm thinking about these funny things, I go back to sleep and then I fall asleep. You know what I mean? And then I wake up in the morning and I was like, what the fuck did I think about last night?
Yeah.
Completely forgot. But they made me laugh so hard.
So you don't write them down?
I didn't write them down.
Yeah, you should. But you're too tired to write.
Yeah.
I imagine when you're tired, you just write. Like, everything you write is in cloud letter, in the cloud bubble, because you think it's dreaming.
I just draw sheep.
Instead of writing, you do the dreaming of thing.
Yeah.
So everything is in the dreaming bubble.
Yeah. But I woke up, I wake up fucking happy as shit, dude.
You do.
Yeah, dude.
I've been around when you wake up a couple times, And you definitely immediately start joking. Does anybody in your family get frustrated with you because of that?
No, they try not to laugh, but then they have to laugh because then I'm like I wake up like starved for attention, dude, for whatever reason. So I wake up and then trying to make my sister laugh or something, like especially before school when we were younger, and then I would just be like this, like staring at her, just like laugh, bitch.
How do you know they weren't all staring at you when you sleep? You are the center of the universe.
Jesus Christ, no. But no, I would just be like just dancing while she's at the breakfast table or whatever, and then she'd be like, "You're so stupid."
She laughs eventually.
I get the laugh, dude. That's what matters. Yeah, dude.
Matters. Do you ever feel like you go for a laugh so bad that you just end up embarrassed?
Yes.
With what you did.
Oh yes. But the thing is, like, even when I feel the most embarrassed, I still get the laugh, so I'm conflicted. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I really put myself out there, but I got the laugh, dude. You know, what's it called? I remember what the joke was about though, but I don't remember the wording of the joke. Okay. So I had a dream that one day. Just kidding. I had a dream.
No, I get it. Martin Luther King's speech is a joke too. It's fine.
No, I had a dream. I was working at a fucking gas station, right? But I was training at the gas station. My dreams are very detailed, and because you know how you have a feeling when you're a person in a dream.
Yeah.
I had the feeling like, oh, I'm training right now. And then so the guy that was training me was on the other side of the store helping somebody else out. I was helping somebody out with like the ATM machine, whatever, in the gas station. And this one dude, big fucking chunky dude, comes up and he, rest in peace, Teddy Ray. This is right after I found out Teddy Ray died. Do you know Teddy Ray?
Yeah.
So like right after I found out Teddy Ray died, I was talking to Melvin and Daniel about it. I have this fucking dream, right? This is big fat black dude, and he's leaning over the fucking like glass, like the glass display case, at this whatever gas station I'm working at.
Yeah.
And he says, "Is anyone gonna fucking help me out?" And I was like, "Oh, right there, sir." And I came over and I was like, trying to help. And then he pulled a gun out and was like, "Give me all the money, whatever." And I was like, "Oh no," And then I went down to my knees and I was just like this because I don't even know how to open the thingy because I'm training. And then the guy comes over, the guy that's training me comes over and gets the money out and gives it to him. And then the guy with the gun gets down on his knees and he's like crying and he's like, "I have to do this. I have to do this."
Just to kill you?
Yeah, he has to kill me. And then I wake up, right? And then when I woke up, I was like, "What the fuck is that, dude?" Right? And then I think the dream had to do with like, you know how people, they have dreams and then they can go online and be like, "What does alligator mean? Why was there an alligator in my dream?"
Yeah.
And then there's never just one solid answer because it's all up to interpretation, Or it's like a psychology thing, An alligator can mean that you're taking your life by the jaws of, whatever. And for me, it was like, what does robbery mean in the dream? Is somebody taking something from me? Or am I taking something from somebody else? Or why do I have to get fucking murdered in the dream? And I feel like when people look at like dream interpretations, they pick the best one that they like. They're like, "Oh yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Instead of
I'm going to be a millionaire.
Yeah, I'm going to be a fucking millionaire. Or what if it literally means you're going to work at a gas station? That's the scariest one,
I might have got some insight into my subconscious because I had a dream that I was a dishwasher again. And in the dream, I was so happy. I was very happy being a dishwasher. And looking back, was I the happiest as a dishwasher? Probably not.
Yeah.
But I did feel a sense of accomplishment every day, I guess.
Yeah.
And the free food and I don't know, just like something about it was, what's the word?
Fulfilling.
No. Cathartic. Something about the dream was like Nostalgic, yeah. Like, damn, that was an easier time when everybody was taking advantage of me.
Right? Yeah. I feel that same way, dude.
And it was simpler because I didn't have to think about, hey, you guys are overworking me, all that stuff. I was just like, hey, this is my job. Just doing stuff. Yeah. And I was just happy in that someone gave me money. Someone was paying me.
Yeah.
And then I guess that's what I'm looking for. Just that same peace of mind, I guess.
Or are you fucking brainwashed into thinking that way, dude? That's the thing.
Put my brain in the dishwasher. Is that what you're saying?
You're too busy washing dishes while they're washing your brain.
Yeah, that was the union leader. That's what he was saying to me when I was washing. I broke the the protest.
Yeah.
He's like, you think you're washing dishes, but they're washing your brain.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I'm fucked when it comes to dreams because I rarely have them, and then when I do have them, I'm getting robbed at a gas station, dude.
Traumatic. It's traumatic for you to go to sleep.
Yep. My most prominent dream when I was younger. This was the coolest fucking dream of all time, and I might have told you about this, right? And I think you've told me that you hate people hearing about their dreams, but I'm going to say this anyways. Have you said that? No, you haven't. Okay, but I got into a car, right? This dream is just like Inception, dude. Like fucking, I'm Leonardo DiCaprio. You know what I mean?
You got in a car? That's crazy.
I opened the door to this van, and the van's half filled with water. Like, and when I open the door, the water doesn't move. It's just half filled with water. It's just
that's
like
cool.
There. Yeah, it was crazy, right? I was like, now this is a dream right off the bat. You know what I mean? And
We're gonna have some fun.
oh, this is gonna be dope. And then I got into the car, closed the door, and I'm like, chest high with water, and I'm just like right into the car, NPC mode, just like whatever. And then we get to this house made of water, dude. Right? And it's 4 of us getting out. I don't know any of these other people. We get out of the car. The house is made of water, and you see sharks swimming in the walls of the house.
Yeah.
And then we all have harpoon guns, and we run around the house killing fucking sharks, dude. What the fuck? Isn't that wild?
Did you catch a big one or?
No, I don't know.
So the dream stopped. You were hunting, and that was the end of the dream.
I don't know how the dream ended. I just remember that was the dream.
That you were hunting sharks.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you found a magical shark that led you to. You ate the meat and then you got high and went to a magical land in your head.
No, my dreams are not acid trips. Or that does sound like an acid trip.
You just explained a pretty trippy dream.
Yeah. No, but I just remember that was the dream. Like that there was walls of water and the sharks were swimming around. Like you could see through this house, but it was all water.
My most traumatic dream was there was this, she was like a cartoon lady, but everything was real. And like, or maybe she was real. But anyway, she had like a big bulbous nose that was like pink. That if you could picture, the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
No.
No. Oh, it's a cartoon. The guy has like a really big pink nose, and it was that. And then, like, she ran up to me and bit me. And I had this dream when I was a child.
Yeah.
When I was like 8 or 9. And to this day, I think about when I think of fear. I think of that moment. That's like the most fearful moment when I woke up that night from like some crazy old lady biting me.
Yeah.
Do you have a moment like that where you're like, that was probably the most afraid I was in my life?
No. I don't know. Like the most afraid that I've ever been in my life.
Yeah.
There was a time where there was a time where somebody was very drunk and left me somewhere when I was a kid.
I see.
And then I had to wait for my uncle to come get me.
This was in...
It was in Inglewood.
Yosemite Valley, yeah.
It was in Inglewood in the 90s.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in those 20 minutes, did you become a Crip or anything?
It was like an hour.
Sorry, that's a blood neighborhood. Forgive me.
No, it was just scary. And then like the whole night sucked. The whole night sucked ass. Yeah.
Oh, so that you felt abandoned?
Kind of, but also just like, dude, it's like, Mexicans love chisme, dog, and the chisme does not know a time to start or stop. You know what I mean? So everyone's just talking shit in like the car on the way back, and I'm sitting there just like, what the fuck? Like thinking about this other person driving home drunk. I don't even know what that means at the time. You know what I mean? And so like I'm thinking they're gonna die because they're driving drunk because it's such a bad thing.
You know that was the fear you had.
Everything was just fearful, dude. We were like this same night there was a fucking car that was driving and just hitting all the cars. Like boom, 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 and then just dick off, And then also you hear fireworks or gunshots, whatever they are, in this neighborhood. But it's where my grandpa used to live before he moved to Ontario.
I see.
Anyways, what are you looking at? Or what are you?
What I want to talk about. This is kind of open-ended question, and it might be hard to answer.
Go for it.
Is there anything you'd want someone to lie to you about?
No.
Never. Okay. Okay. You've talked about it before. What do they call it when you're the one that tells someone something happens? So in a sense, you kind of killed
that.
are you comfortable being the person that kills?
No, I try to avoid it at all costs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you'd prefer avoidance over a lie? If someone had to break something to you, like say I knew something and I never told you, I just avoided it.
Well, it depends how thin is this funnel. Like if that one person has the information, I want them to tell me as fast as possible.
Okay.
You know, but if like for instance, for me, like recently a lot of people have been dying, and I know friends of that person. You know, so I don't want to be the first one to hit them up and be like, "Hey, man, sorry about this person." You know, so I wait a day and then I say, "Hey, reach out to them. Yo, dude, love you, man. Just sorry about that. Whatever happened." That way, I avoid this whole fucking thing that I'm the guy that killed them.
Can I express something and don't get mad at me?
Yeah.
Because I feel like you kind of live by, well, a little bit. Where like I think the idea that someone telling you, subconsciously you think that you kind of tell yourself they killed them. I think that's very dumb. I don't get it.
But it's a psychology thing. I didn't make that up.
I know.
Oh,
it's
okay.
already like a set thing. Schrodinger's cat or something.
Yeah, yeah.
But it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, how could someone tells me like my teacher didn't do the Holocaust.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My teacher didn't kill 6 million Jewish people. Like,
but the first thing you think of is your teacher that taught you that.
No, it's not the first thing I think of is damn, Hitler's fucked up. So that whole Schrodinger's cat.
But that's a broad event. Like there's no like one-on-one like whatever. Like for me, like my mom told me about my grandpa passed away, right? And that memory will always be a part of my story with my grandpa. So my mom killed my grandpa, dude. No, but also,
make sure to tell her that next time.
my fascination with Schrodinger's cat or whatever is that it's hilarious that is a thing, and I got it from Silicon Valley.
Oh, for real?
You never watched Silicon
Apple?
Valley?
Oh, I thought I thought it was when you were CEO of Apple for a little bit.
No, the show.
Yeah, I seen it.
Where they talk about that.
That was a pretty good show, but I don't remember that part.
You don't remember that? It was the episode. It's not Schrodinger's cat. It's, let me see. Can you talk so I can find this really quick? Because it's an episode title.
Well, Schrodinger's cat. I mean, what could we talk about?
What is Schrodinger's cat?
That's where it came from. Where like until you open the box, the cat isn't dead.
Oh well, that's I think might be different. Let me see here.
I think it's the same thing.
I mean, I can see how you could see that.
And I can see how you can see that. I can see that. I'm trying so hard to fill time. But can you see how I can see that you can see that I can see that?
I can see something around there. Where is it?
I also think that Sigmund Freud thing about how everybody wants to kill their dad and fuck their mom.
Oh yeah. Oh dude.
Well, I don't know how literal he is.
Yeah.
But no.
Okay, it's called Maynard Zoggen's Haversack. Maynard Zoggen's Haversack.
Watch it's German for Schrodinger's cat.
No, you've heard that Immortal Technique song?
No.
Dance with the Wolves?
Oh, Dance with the Devil.
Dance with the Devil?
I've heard that song.
Dude, on Isimo Patreon, we were talking about music, the first one, and then they were like, I hate how Mexicans are fascinated by Dance with the Devil. Like, this dude ends up killing and raping his mom. You know what I mean? And then I was like, what the fuck, right?
You never heard it?
Never heard the song. And then 3 weeks later, I see like some video about dark songs and their meanings or whatever. Yeah. And I was like, okay, I'm going to listen to this song. And I listened to it yesterday. I'm like, this song is fucking dope. The fucking lyrics are terrible, dude. You know?
Yeah, what happens?
But Immortal Technique's rap is like amazing.
It was a good storytelling rap.
No, like his voice and the way he raps on the beat and like.
Have you never heard Immortal Technique before?
Never.
It's so funny that now, like, that's your first entrance, and now, like, I imagine you're all into it.
No.
Oh, I went to a Immortal Technique show, and like, you slowly have like a bullet casing strapped across your, and you're wearing like a Cuban communist.
I just look like a New Yorker, straight up.
Do New Yorkers do that?
I don't know. They just sound like they're from New York.
Well, he is.
That's what I'm saying. What the fuck?
But I was talking about your dress.
Oh, okay.
So, okay. Yeah, I guess you're just... you heard that story about apparently Immortal Technique in high school put Lin-Manuel Miranda in a trash can?
What? Really?
Yeah.
That's hilarious, dude.
Yeah. How do you feel about that? Whose side are you on? Hamilton or Immortal Technique?
I'm on Immortal Technique side, dude. But that Dance with the Devil song is like, yeah, it's great, fool, but you could have just like, used synonyms or something. You don't have to be so gnarly, Well,
apparently it was a true story. That's what he said.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole last line of the song is like, and this story is 100% true because I also raped his mom, dude.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, wait a minute.
A, don't rape people. B, don't admit.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, actually admit if you rape someone. Yeah, that's all bad.
Yeah, no, I listened to that song for the first time and I'm like, oh, that's the last time I listened to that song. However, like, you know, you watch Succession, right?
Yeah.
The fucking beat to that song sounds like the Succession song, dude.
The L to the O?
No. You know the intro song, the piano?
Okay.
I'm like, dude, did they what came out first? Immortal Technique or Succession, Doug? Well, definitely Immortal Technique. But yeah. No, I don't. I think if anyone, I would rather people be honest with me 100% of the time. I don't. Okay, as far as jokes go, if the joke is funnier, if you lie to me, then that's fucking dope. But afterwards, be like, I was lying, you know.
So if your mom was like, hey, Grandpa just won $1 billion.
That's not funny, dude.
Exactly. That's why I'm asking. Because you said if it's a joke.
No. If it's a funnier joke.
If it is a joke and you just put a funnier joke.
Yes.
Okay.
No, my grandpa dying is not a fucking joke, dude.
No, it's very real.
Oh my God. And no, I don't want somebody lying to me with my grandpa dying. Imagine for 2 years they're just like, grandpa's busy right now, dude.
Yeah. he went to live on a farm, bro.
Oh my God. I'm like, why doesn't he hit me up, dude?
I love farms.
He knows I love cows, dude.
Dude, growing up when I would go to Mexico and we went to the ranch, I would love hanging out with the ranch dogs and just like being with the horses. I remember I have this one story of it was raining very hard and then there was just a horse tied up outside, like half in the rain, half out of the rain. And like the sheltering wasn't large enough or something, right? And then so I just went out there to be with the horse. And I just remember having a profound moment when I was like 7, just like petting the horse's face while it's raining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I used to love the junkyard dogs at my uncle's shop.
Yeah.
Because I would always be like, I was young as shit, right? So I would be like with the dogs like, damn, fool, you guys are so crazy, but you guys love me, dog. Like if some other fool comes in the middle of the night, they're going to die, dude. But you guys are down with me, fool. You know what I mean? Like the dogs were crazy junkyard dogs. You know what I mean? But if I'm around, they're like, hit out though. And then
were they tied up or were they loose in the junkyard?
They were loose in the junkyard. And they would be loose at night. If they were tied up during the day, it's probably to not get in the way of the workers or whatever. But at night, they were loose in the, like, because my uncle had like a 2-acre plot of land in Ontario and just filled with, what's it called? Transmissions and engines.
He farmed cars, right?
Yes. And cars in the back, like a bunch of like fucked up cars. And I remember being a kid riding around on the ATV back there because we had like 3 ATVs that they made. They made them called Pantera. And then they got out of that business though. But they made these 3 ATVs and I would just ride around and I would tell my uncle like, I want that car when I get older, you know? I want that car when I get older. And he would be like, yeah, okay. But they never gave me any.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So your uncle started Pantera.
Yeah,
the band.
No, have you seen the pictures of me like making a jump at the junkyard?
Making a jump?
Yeah,
like
we made a ramp. And then like it was like a little pallet. You know pallets?
Yeah. It
was a pallet that was just like set on top of something else with like a little bit of a fucking wood to like connect the pallet to the ground. And then we would just take jumps with the ATVs. And then
ATVs, I don't play with ATVs.
Yeah. You told me a story about that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I don't play with drowning, dude.
Yeah.
My ATV is drowning, dog.
Dude, imagine if you try to jump over a lake with your ATV. Yeah. That's the worst. But no, yeah, ATVs are so dangerous. It's crazy.
The government puts a truth serum in me and they're like, what's your ATV? I'm like, drowning. They're like, this guy's a fucking idiot, dude. This truth serum works, right, guys?
What's your favorite water? Kawasaki.
Stupid.
It's a fucking motorcycle. They're all mad at you. The truth, dude. Yeah. What if the truth serum is used on a stupid person?
Yeah.
So like they get the truth, but it's
fucking dumb.
Legitimately what they think, but it makes no sense. Yeah.
How old are you?
That's a fatal flaw.
Yeah.
And he's like, this many.
This many.
He's like, your birth certificate says you're 58. And then he's like, yeah. He combines the 5 and the 8. 58.
Have you seen this man? He went that way.
I just remember I was there and then he went that way. Yeah, he just says that. He doesn't give a direction.
Yeah.
The opposite of you, who would give cross streets.
Cross streets, yeah.
And then even then they'd be like, give him less truth serum. So he doesn't. So we don't spend 30 minutes talking about
cross streets
and passing the El Torito or whatever.
No, I never tell you landmarks. I just do cross streets.
Sorry.
I have said food for less on one of the cross streets, which is Etiwanda at Foothill. But what's it called? That would be hilarious if they truth serum me and I just get stuck on a cross street. I'm like, I can't move on until we get the truth here, dude.
Yeah. And because they don't know the cross street, you just keep going because that's what you do to me. I don't know. And then you give me 3 more cross streets.
I told my girlfriend about that.
About how you love to do cross streets.
She's so proud of me, dude.
What?
That I piss you off with the cross streets.
It's a little frustrating.
Yeah, dude.
Just maybe I should have never told you. Yeah. But yeah, dog. Cross street after cross street. It's not adding anything to me understanding what you're saying.
Your flaw though is cutting me off and making a joke about cross streets because then I get remembered. I get reminded that you hate it.
But let me also tell you this: it doesn't matter if I make a joke or not, or if I say that I don't like it. You will continue with the cross streets. When I say I don't, I should just say yes. That's what I should lie to you.
Yeah.
Because you don't.
I don't like people lying. But
you don't like people lying, but I have to.
Dude, if cross streets are wrong, I don't want to be right.
If cross streets are wrong, I would like you to be in jail.
Dude, like if what the issue is here is that you don't know cross streets. If you were to get more fluent in your fucking city, then we can have a better communication.
My issue is the cross street is never pertinent to what you're telling me.
Or is it?
It's not.
It's like I'm a very visual person. It's like when people tell me stories, I visualize the story. You know?
So you feel like you're being like a psychic. Is that it?
No, I didn't say that. No.
But
it's like imagery. It's like
yes.
I speak in imagery. So like that cross street, when I see, okay, listen, I may love cross streets too much, okay?
Yeah.
But when I see a cross street, I think to myself, like, that's a fucking cross street, dude.
Yeah, but I'm saying like psychics, they're like, they close their eyes and they're like, I see this, that. And that's why I'm saying like you're acting like you're a psychic because you're saying the cross street and in your head, I'm painting this perfect picture for everybody. But I'm not a visual learner like that. I'm not a visual thinker.
Can you make one concession?
What?
That we have a cross street of the week?
Okay, but you can only, if we do that, you can only do one cross street in the whole episode.
Okay.
Deal?
Okay. So this week's cross street is one that I discovered recently, and I've crossed by a couple times now. And you know I'm being serious.
I know, that's what's crazy. That's what's insane.
But you're gonna like it. I feel like you're gonna like it.
I'm not gonna look you in the eyes, but continue.
It's Glenarm and Alarcon, dude.
There
you go. I knew you were gonna like it. Yep.
Okay.
That's it. That's that, dude.
Glenarm.
Yeah.
And it's kind of Gerardo. Glenardo.
Glenarm Alarcon. I should name myself that.
That's gonna be. I can see you naming your kids after cross streets. First in Maine, Elkhorn.
First in Maine. Have you met my new daughter, Atlantic in Maine?
Mission Garfield. Garfield Mission.
Garfield Mission. Garfield Mission. Stop that shit, dude. It's 2 different kids.
Oh my God. Your GPS is like navigating to Garfield Mission.
Navigating to your second son.
Oh, you're crazy, dog.
Oh, so my cousin works for Google, which if you don't know where Google's at.
What's Google?
I say the cost sheets. What's it called?
Let me look it up.
No, stupid.
I have a Google phone.
My cousin works for Google, and everything's very confidential. He's a very smart guy. He's the smartest guy I know. Everything's very
okay. I won't take that personally.
Very, very confidential. Like we don't know what he's working on right now, but we found out that what he was working on 6 years ago, right?
What was
that kind of stuff? These 2 computers were supposed to help the workers at Google, like develop more code or whatever, and by themselves, like AI. He's working on the AI project with Google.
Yeah.
But when he started working there, they already had that program happening. But when he started working there, the computers were no longer communicating with Google. They were communicating with themselves. And so they had to shut down the whole project.
So, yeah, he's interesting.
Yeah.
Continue.
So the thing I wanted to talk about though, that's crazy, right? That's
So
fucking,
it shut down. They stopped.
they had to turn off the fucking computers because the computers were not communicating with the people that work at Google. They were just communicating with themselves and getting smarter and smarter.
So he's a hero.
No, I don't know what he did, but that's what he worked on. They brought him in to stop this fucking thing from happening.
Did it stop?
Yeah, they turned it off. All you have to do is turn it off, but they still communicate with each other.
Oh, it's funny. Even the most complicated problems,
Yeah,
the
it's
solution
unplug.
is unplug it to plug it back in. Did you try? The nukes. Imagine like a nuclear site or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like all malfunctioning. And then they call the top guy and he's like, "Did you try plugging and unplugging the reactors?"
All right,
and then, And then they do it and it works.
Yeah. He's like, wait. Control Alt Delete, dude.
Yeah.
Open the task manager and close the program. No, but he works for Google, right? Yeah. And he's also a very smart nerd. I said it, dude. What's better, nerd or geek?
I don't know.
Nah, either one.
He's a nerd geek, but he's positive for life. He's good for life.
But he owns a house up there in Silicon Valley, and my uncle went to go visit him, and he was my cousin said, "You know, my favorite thing about the house is, dude, watch this." And he walked inside and he said, "Welcome, King Robert." That's fucking dope, right? What would you want your house to say if you walked in?
Not King Robert, like the egomaniac. I'm just kidding.
King Miguel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Imagine I tell him to say King Robert. Yeah, it just announces my 5 degrees of Kevin Bacon to King Robert. Miguel, friend of Gerardo, cousin, or what was he again?
Cousin of Robert. Or nephew.
Nephew to King Robert.
Nephew to George.
Imagine he becomes
father of King Robert.
He messes with all the Google programs, so everything now
goes back to him.
Yeah, exactly.
That's hilarious.
Probably Miguel. Hey,
really?
Miguel. Yeah.
Hey, Miguel.
I mean, yeah.
It's not about ego, dude. It's about the truth, dog. Like if I walked in, welcome 12-inch Gerardo. You know what I'm saying, dude?
Yeah. Are you talking about your penis?
No, I'm talking about my foot, dude. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. You are size 12? Does it correlate like that?
No, I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe it does. I just said no all fast. Maybe it does. I don't know.
I'm like, I think it does. I'm wearing clown shoes. I fold my shoes. Because I want everybody to think it's huge. So I wear huge shoes.
I've thought about that when I was a kid. When you first heard about the half and half or whatever, but then you realize like other kids are like, dude, the length of your pinky to your thumb, dude, that's the dick, dude.
Is it?
No, none of this is real, Miguel. God wasn't like, I gotta give him an Easter egg. You know what I mean? Do you think God's giving girls Easter eggs on how big a dude's dick is?
Probably.
Really?
Maybe.
Like 3 times the size of your ears?
Maybe it's intuitive because you know how girls like confidence or whatever.
Yeah. Well, you know when I stopped believing in all that?
God?
No. You could find your dick size by another episode about dick sizes. What's it called? Was when kids were going around going, if your hand's bigger than your face, you got cancer.
Oh, and then
you're like, what? That whole thing. I'm like, the dick thing's not real too, right? When they
the dick thing is real. I heard you could tell how big your dick is by how long and girthy it is. That's the only measurement that helps.
Yeah.
Genius. I should work with Robert on a project. I was thinking about how when I die, what would be like a non-traditional way to die. And I think it would be interesting and beneficial to mankind if I was shot out into space with a GoPro. The idea of like having a POV of being in space, like I think that would be interesting. I would probably get sit down, Jordan. Okay. I would probably get billions of views on YouTube. If that was a YouTube channel. Yes.
Okay, so are you saying that's how you want to die, or you're dead already and
oh my bad. I'm dead already. They shoot me out. I have the GoPro.
Okay.
And then my family reaps all the rewards of the 1 second.
Okay.
The YouTube. Okay.
True. Okay, so do they embalm your face before you go out there?
I don't know what that process does to anything. Why do you ask?
I mean, if they're shooting out a dead body that's not embalmed, you're just gonna be like flapping and.
I'm okay with. No, I don't think you flap.
No,
I don't think so in space. I don't think you flap.
Dude, but you got to get to space.
Because that's a gravity thing. Well,
in the atmosphere, you're going to flap a lot.
But when I'm in space is what's important.
Oh, and when you're in space, it's just like your skull because the fucking atmosphere destroyed your skin.
I don't think it does that. It's cold. You freeze, from what I understand.
In space?
Yes.
Yeah.
But they're going to shoot me out in a pod. NASA's going to do this.
Oh.
I already signed off. I said, I gave Elon Musk all rights to my body.
Ew. He's like alive and dead. Yeah.
That sounds good. So I actually have to go meet him later.
He says he wants to, he said he's going to teach me about anatomy.
Yeah. Watch cut to me and he's actually teaching me anatomy. He just wants a mentee. He doesn't have to fuck me at all.
Yeah.
A good guy, Elon.
Elon Musk is, he's crazy, dude.
He had another kid.
Another one? He has 9 baby mamas or something.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
What's it called? No, he's crazy because the way he laughs and how long he laughs.
How does he laugh?
He's like,
I think part of it, I really do think he's messing with people.
Yeah.
Depending on who he's with.
He's a very rich troll.
Yeah. And I remember I saw him on one podcast and it seemed like he was just fucking with them the whole time and just seeing what they would go along with.
Did you see the Full Send podcast?
That's the one I was talking about.
Dude.
But I only watched 5 minutes, but it felt like he was this is ridiculous that I'm doing this. That's what the vibe I got.
No, I feel like he's having a good time. I haven't finished that whole podcast, but I watched.
But he's troll. The beginning felt like he was trolling.
Yeah. Definitely.
That's what I would say.
What's the other thing you want to talk about? You said you were going to save something for the podcast.
I was just talking.
Wait, are you asking me what I would want my dead body to do?
Pretty much, yeah.
We talked about this before.
Did we?
With Patrick.
Oh, we did, huh?
Yeah, because I told you that I would want to be embalmed and at Chipotle behind the grill.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I do think about death. Death is and not in a negative way. I think death could be a beautiful thing.
Death's a part of life, dude.
Don't ever say that again, because that makes me sound cliche. The fact that I like death. I don't like death. I mean, I see.
Jesus Christ.
I see how it could be beautiful.
Yeah.
I see the idea of an end makes life feel a lot more worthwhile.
Yeah. I mean, no, I just think about my grandma died during December of 2020 and it was another COVID spike or whatever, and she couldn't be around anyone when she died. Isn't that fucked up? That's so fucked up.
I mean, that is sad.
Yeah.
That she couldn't get a proper burial and all that.
She did get a proper burial, but the fact that when she was alive, she was quarantined. And then when she died, there was nobody there. And like with my grandpa, he died in January of 2020, right before the pandemic. And he passed away when he got up to go walk around the hospital. The blood shot, a blood clot stopped from shooting to his heart, whatever. However, you have a massive heart attack. That's how he died. But we were there within an hour after he passed away, and we were able to be in the room with him, you know? But my grandma was they were just nah, she can't be around. You can't be around her.
Because they still didn't know what was going on with COVID, really.
Yeah. But she didn't have COVID. She passed away from colon cancer.
No, I understand.
Isn't that fucked up? That's so fucked up, dude.
Yeah. It's sad.
Because it was more so that they don't know if we have COVID, but it's bitch, I'll take a test right now, dog. And I have COVID. I'm oh no.
Yeah, you definitely can't come in.
They're okay, we're going to enhance these rules.
The Gerardo rule.
Yeah. And then it's fucked up that we couldn't bury her for a month, dude. You know? So crazy. So yeah, death's beautiful, I guess, dude.
Yeah, it is.
But then I think about that and I'm that's fucked up, dude. You know?
I mean, death sucks, but it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I remember one time I did this podcast and I was like, I think death's beautiful. I said that. I think death's beautiful, and it's beautiful when things end. And literally after I said that, the camera died. And the podcast was over, and I was like, damn, that's pretty, what's the word?
Fuck.
Whatever it was, it felt like I felt like I was in the flow of the energy of the universe. The fact that I could say that and then something like that happens.
Yeah.
It's I'm really in the now. I feel like I'm more in the now than anyone's ever been because the camera shut off. That's I think that's equivalent to when someone's getting mad and then thunder strikes as soon as they get mad.
It would have been great if you were and death is beautiful. And then the camera turned off. You're And then they have to believe anything you just said.
Yeah.
Because they're like, what the fuck? This fool's a wizard.
I remember one time I left this guy like so shocked.
Yeah.
And it's not because I did anything super cool, right? It's just like it was at work. We had to figure this thing out. It was like big numbers. And like we were dividing, multiplying, subtracting. We were doing all that stuff. You know, PEMDAS, crazy stuff. And then as a joke, I was just like, it's 32. Fucking joking. I hate math. I suck at math.
Yeah.
And then after like 3-4 minutes of doing the math, he was like, it's 32. And then he was like, and I was just like,
that's hilarious.
I acted like yeah, man, some people just got it, you know?
Dude, you know my brother's going to be a math major, right?
32.
So
anytime you ask something, I'm
yeah.
32.
So we went to Oceanside this last weekend, and my mom got us breakfast, right? And so she's got the bill now, and the bill comes out to like $88, and she wants to give 18% tip or whatever, right? And so she goes to my brother and she's like, "What's 18% of $88?" You know? And my brother tells her the number, and then she goes, "Why aren't you faster? You're a fucking math major. Jesus Christ!" And then like my brother's like, "What the fuck?"
He's like, "I did that pretty fast."
Yeah, he did. And then he did the numbers, and he was like, "Mom, I told you the right number." And she's like, "Oh, what you want a cookie? You're like, you're a fucking math major. Make it faster." I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude.
She's the equivalent. If your brother's John Henry, she's the guy with the train, but it's a calculator. She's like, beat this.
Who's John Henry?
You don't know John Henry? You just don't care about Black America, do you?
What are you talking about? What is John Henry?
John Henry is the story of when, like...
Don't laugh like that.
Huh? That's my laugh, whatever.
I know, I'm sorry.
What do you call it? John Henry is the story of when the Industrial Revolution was starting. They created this machine that could lay down railroad tracks faster, right? So a whole bunch of people were going to lose jobs. There was this guy, John Henry, very strong, good working black man. And then they're like kind of saying, we're going to fire all you guys because we got this now. And then they're kind of like, no. And then from what I remember the story is John Henry was like, if I beat the machine, like it'll show you guys that you need us, blah, blah, blah. And then he's racing the machine. He ends up beating the machine, but dies of exhaustion. And it was just kind of a story of how the Industrial Revolution is kind of taking away these opportunities for people.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's a really cool story. And I see the appreciation you have for Black America now.
But yeah,
why would you shake your head no after I said that?
Why you gotta say that? That's why.
Well, I said you showing appreciation, and
Jesus
then you're like,
Christ.
I'm just joking.
Oh my God.
Stop shaking your head no, but
what's it called? But yeah, so
your brother, math,
Yeah.
Oceanside.
were you ever good at spelling?
Me?
Yeah.
I think I was, yeah.
Were you obsessed with it or no?
No.
Never?
No. Were you?
You're the oldest kid, right?
Middleist. I'm the most middle.
You're the middle?
I'm the most middle, yeah.
Who's older than you?
My sister.
And then your brother's younger than you.
Yes.
So there's only 3.
Yes.
Oh, then you're the middle kid.
The most middle, yes.
Oh my God, Miguel. Why? Why can't you just say the middle? Okay. No, but I was always going around and like spelling words when I was a kid. A fucking crazy kid, dude.
How old are you?
Dude, my whole life.
You're the middle child?
I always wanted to be in a spelling bee, like bad.
It did seem fun when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I was always excited in class when they would do the spelling bee.
Yeah.
I would go pretty far, but I would never win. But
I would just walk around the house and be like, hysterical, HYSTERICAL. Hysterical. Say it before and after.
Your parents are upset, and then you see your dad's face, he's all mad, and you're like, anger, ANGER.
No, but my mom would be writing something down and she'd be like, Gerardo, how do you spell this? And I'll be like, milk, MILK. You know?
Yeah, your mom needed help spelling milk.
No, but and then she like at first it was kind of annoying, but then over time she'd be like, Gerardo knows how to spell, like when people would come over, and then I would just like Manchurian candidate a word. Manchurian, MANCHURIAN. I don't know why I felt so good if I was able to just like a stream of consciousness spell a word without even thinking. Like I just did right now. That felt amazing, dude. You know?
Yeah. That was godlike.
Yeah.
King God Gerardo is what your Google Home would say.
And then instead of PhD or MD at the end, it says SB for spelling bee.
SBC, spelling bee champion.
No, I failed at spelling bees.
Dude, they should do adult spelling bees.
I know.
Why don't they?
That's what I'm trying to say, dude.
Yeah. I've been trying to start this for 6 years.
Ever since I've been an adult, dude.
And who do you think should host the adult spelling bee?
Ryan Seacrest.
Okay. You're a little old school.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would go. Who would I choose?
Simon Cowell's the judge. He's like, you are beautiful, but that word was atrocious. Atrocious. ATROCIOUS.
Oh yeah, he does all the sentences,
Yeah.
and he's just roasting people the whole time.
Yeah.
Let's see. Who's a good personality? I don't know any celebrity personalities. Who's like a guy that everybody likes?
You know what you do is like you asked me a question and I told you like just boom right off the top of my head, and then you taking all the time in the world thinking about it makes it look like I thought about it for a long time and I'm obsessed with Ryan Seacrest. You know what I mean?
Okay, I can see what you're saying.
Oh
But
my
I don't think
God.
anyone actually thinks that. But see, I just straight out blanked on a name, and now I'm just thinking Timothy Chalamet.
There you go. That's
should do this
that's
spelling
it. Yeah.
He should act like King. I forget what king he was
Yeah.
in that movie. That movie where he was a king was amazing. He was great.
I don't even know.
It's not important, but he was great. Who's the top actor right now in your head?
Top actor right now, Daniel Day-Lewis.
He doesn't act.
That's what you think, right?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say that's why he's so great.
That's why he's so great.
He's so method.
Oh, that's hilarious. No, who's the best actor in your head?
Right. I don't watch a lot of movies. That's why I asked you. You're the movie buff. You're
Yeah.
the guy. You're my movie guy.
I think I loved Austin Butler in Elvis, but as far as like best actor right now, I'm trying to fill time. Brad Pitt was amazing in Bullet Train, but it wasn't very much of a stretch for him. He's just being a sarcastic, witty guy. Oh my God, dude. Who is the best actor right now?
Is it Bad Bunny?
No. Bad Bunny is a very one-note actor.
How was he in the movie?
Fucking hilarious, dude.
Oh, so he was great.
You know, it's funny, but he was in the movie for like literally 5 minutes.
Damn.
Yeah. And then he's dead the rest of the movie.
The whole movie.
He's in the movie but dead.
They should do a part 2 if only in that movie he was dead, and he should be Zombie Bunny.
Dude, you gotta watch fucking Bullet Train.
I'll watch it.
It's amazing.
You're amazing.
Stuff.
Yeah, I don't like watching movies that much.
Why not?
I don't know. I'd rather not. It's just a feeling, you know. Sometimes I go with feelings.
Yeah, I know. Tell me about it.
Sometimes it doesn't work out. Sometimes it does.
Like what?
What do you mean?
Name 2 times.
That it works out?
Yeah.
I feel good after.
Is that a movie?
Yeah.
I feel good after.
Guess who's in it?
Who?
Brad Pitt and Timothy Chalamet. Ask me what the movie's about.
What? What's
I
the
fell
movie?
asleep in the middle of the movie.
What's it called? I watched This Foo on Hulu, and you refuse to watch it because you hate supporting your fellow comedians. But the show is great, and it makes me want to write a fucking movie.
I
dude.
don't hate supporting fellow comedians.
Oh.
I just don't want to watch stuff.
Yeah, because you don't like.
Why?
supporting-
What was so great about it?
What's the?
I say it like it's not great. Yeah, what was so great about it?
No, it's just what's great about it is that somebody that was in the same room as me is making a movie. Somebody that I was on the same or making a show. Somebody that was in the same fucking show as me has made a show and it's on Hulu and it's gotten all this press. You know what I mean? And like it could be done better, but you know the fact that it's done it all without anything out of his own pocket, it's amazing.
Yeah, he got paid to do it.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That is cool.
So watching it, I'm thinking to myself like, oh, I fucking want to do something like this. You know?
I'm a little offended he didn't cast me. I've never talked to him in
Oh
my
my
life.
God.
I'm Mexican.
Yeah.
What's this guy's problem?
What the fuck, dude? No, you got to check it out though, dude. The second episode's hilarious.
We'll see. If God lets it be, it'll be.
The second episode, his cousin goes around trying to recruit his old homeboys when he got out of jail to go fight some black dude that he hates. And he finds out one of his homeboy died. And then the other homeboy of his has back pain, the sciatica pain. And he's like, well, can you take my son? Because, you know, you need to toughen him up, right? And then he's like, whatever his name is, hey, son, you know, come over here. And he comes in tap dancing. He's like, and then
it's the hardest dance. I don't know what's not tough about that.
And then he's like, I want you to go fuck up this fool with my old homeboy, you know? And this kid's like West Side Story, you know, like super musical.
That's hilarious.
It's so funny, dude. And then his kid ends up being like some serial killer, like, or like attitude about it, where he's like, I want to fuck these guys up, you know? It's great. The little kid makes that whole episode, dude.
How little is this kid?
I want to say he's probably 15 or 14, something like that.
Okay, I was going to say child actors. Are they ever good? Who's the best child actor of all time? Every time I ask you an acting movie, you go,
Raven Simone, dude.
She was hilarious.
Yes.
When she was like 2.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Raven Simone, who else? Shia LaBeouf was a great child actor.
True.
The juxtaposition between him and as a child actor and him as an adult actor is just wild.
Who give me some. You can't just ask questions and not give me an answer.
Oh, I'm not the movie guy. You're the movie guy.
Well,
Shirley Temple?
2 TV fucking actors, dude.
Shirley
Temple.
Shirley Temple was the youngest actress ever nominated for an Oscar. I think she's the youngest winner, actually. Annie was fantastic. I'm trying to act like I know what I'm talking about.
Jesus Christ, dude.
The little kid in Indiana Jones, never watched the movie. The fact that he was in a movie, I respect that.
The guy that said Dr. Jones.
Yeah. Michelle in Full House, fantastic. The twins,
yeah,
fantastic. You got it, dude.
I was about to say it.
Sorry.
You got it, dude.
You know, Stephanie wasn't okay. Maybe she wasn't the best child actress.
Yeah,
but she had a pretty good catchphrase.
Who?
How rude.
Oh yeah.
That's a pretty good one. I still use that to this day.
No, but she was great.
Yeah, she was cool.
How much Full House did you watch growing up?
Every episode.
Really?
Nick at Night, I watched every episode.
I was listening to Nate Bargatze on Joe Rogan's podcast, and he made me want to watch Seinfeld.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I like Seinfeld. I think it's good.
Yeah. Would you say Seinfeld's the best actor right now?
Of all time, yeah.
The best actor right now?
Yeah.
He's not acting in anything?
The greatest trick an actor ever can pull is convincing the world that he can't act, like the devil quote.
Oh my God.
So Jerry Seinfeld is both the devil and the greatest actor of all time.
I believe Seinfeld's the devil, yeah, for sure.
He's harsh.
Yeah.
Okay, how do you feel about brutal? Patrice said something interesting once about lying is more brutal than honesty. About honesty is how have you ever been offended by someone telling you a truth? Or at least their opinion, their honest opinion?
If I was ever offended by the truth, it was probably because there was no explanation for it afterwards.
Like as to why they told you?
As to why they felt that way. You know?
The opinion. Okay. So just getting no closure on why that was the feeling.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's, I mean, but also too, I'm not talking about like I was the most offended I've ever been. It's just like, yeah, I'd rather hear the truth, but also it's like, can you expand on that? Was I doing it with you? Yeah, me and you were in here talking about therapy.
Explore that.
Let's explore that, yeah. But no, yeah, this like, if somebody tells me that that's the truth, I take it at face value. You know, but if I ask you to expand on it and you just don't have anything else to say other than the truth, it's like, fuck you then, dude. Because I don't want to spend the time in my mind thinking like, is he telling the truth? Like, he can't really expand on what he's saying, you know? Right? Maybe because I also have that thing where I'm like, everyone's not like Gerardo, you know? Where I want to be, you know, what's it called? I want to be fucking fully transparent with how I feel, you know? So if I get to a conclusion, I tell you exactly how I got there. And it kind of solidifies my point. In my head, I don't know how you digest it, but.
That makes sense.
What was it? So brutal? You said that Patrice? I had something to say about this.
The lying is more brutal. That brutal shouldn't be used with honesty.
Yes. So I had a huge issue in, listen, I'm not saying my whole life I've been honest because that's not the case. When I was smoking weed and drinking all the time, I was fucking never honest. I was always a lying, cheat, and fucking scumbag, right?
Okay.
But in college, when I was doing the business of acting, I remember like they were teaching us to fucking lie, dude. And I was like, why is it like this, right? Like Hollywood is just like that. You have to fucking lie your way to the top, basically. I always had an issue with that.
Oh yeah, Paul. Well, do you consider politicking lying?
Yes.
Yes. Then I agree. Yes.
Because like, why not tell somebody the truth and help them get there too?
Yeah.
You know, that's what I'm saying with like expanding on the truth that you have. Because everyone's truth is maybe different too. That's the thing. Like the truth is the truth to me.
Yeah.
It may not be the truth for you. Like I've been listening to Conflicted and it changed my mind about 9/11 a lot. You know,
What did
we
you
keep
think
talking about Conflicted on this podcast.
That's a conflict.
Yeah.
But why? How did it change it?
It's just more of a perspective from somebody that was more ingrained in the fucking politics of the time. Like
Of why it happened. And
yes. And also from his perspective. I mean, I trust his perspective. It could come out that this guy's the most untrustworthy guy, but I'm like, he's very...
Apparently, he saved a lot of lives.
Yeah.
With his intel. So, but what do you mean? What did you think before, and what changed?
Well, like I've always thought about, or I've always looked into like Edward Snowden, Julian Assange, all these things, and how they exposed, what's it called?
Like how it was a system.
That they exposed the surveillance state that we live in, basically. But it's kind of like a half truth. It is true that there's a surveillance state, but this guy expanding on how surveillance is done, which is basically by keywords, which also could go wrong. You know what I mean? But the fact that they're listening to everything we do is unconstitutional. Yes.
Yeah.
And that's where Julian Assange and Edward Snowden came from. It's like, this is unconstitutional. The American people should sign off on this before you just go and do it. The way that, what's his name from Conflicted?
Eamon.
Eamon. The way that Eamon expands on what the surveillance state entails as far as like looking for keywords that you would never use keywords. Like 99% of the population would not use keywords, and then those are the fucking conversations they listen to, like that kind of thing was changing my perspective on the surveillance state that we live in. And I kind of felt like, yeah, dude, I hate the argument like you have nothing to hide, because also it's like, just don't fucking listen, dude, But when he says that, it's like, I mean, yeah, like I make a lot of jokes. I may say something that's wrong, but then if I do end up saying a keyword and they look into my conversations, they're gonna be like, this guy loves Chipotle and Sonic. You know what I mean?
It's a waste of time.
Yeah. So that kind of changed my mind on things, like, and then also the way he was talking about how either Osama bin Laden or that other guy the guy Mohammed, what's his name?
Al-Qasari?
Something like that, where he's the one that kind of did 9/11, right?
Orchestrated
9/11. That they purposefully use Saudis. And I'm like, dude, him just saying that, I was like, they're so fucking smart, dude. Also, like underestimating your enemy in a way. It's like they are fucking smart, dude. And I don't know if America underestimated them. I'm saying that I underestimated them.
Yeah. Seeing his intellect and knowing he was part of Al Qaeda.
Yeah.
And like, apparently it's run like a business.
Yeah.
Like they have banks that do certain stuff that hold their money. They have a secretary. They have buildings.
Yeah.
Like they legitimately have all that stuff. That was super interesting to hear.
Yeah.
And like how sometimes he would be on, like he was on the front lines, but they were also like, okay, you're going to be like our scientists. You're going to create chemical weapons and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like the fact that it's actually like run like a system that's something I didn't know until the podcast.
And what it really exposes is kind of like the confusion of war from a civilian standpoint. It's like, oh yeah, we were just confused. We all thought we had answers, but nobody has any answers in this whole thing. Because he was talking, like they were trying to develop weapons of mass destruction. America tells the fucking civilians that, and then there's people that are doing like 9/11 truthers and shit that are like, there was never, they just want to fucking, what's it called? Unsettle? What is it called? Fuck up the Middle East? What is that word? Unstabilize the Middle East. Destabilize. But
how the U.S. wanted to do that.
Yeah. But then you hear this guy saying like, yeah, that was part of Al Qaeda's plan for them to come into Afghanistan
And destabilize
so that they can destabilize America. and that was working. Like that, like everyone was conflicted about this fucking war. You know.
Well, what was interesting to me was how they wanted Al Qaeda wanted someone to break up the Iraq because Iraq was strong Arab nationalist.
Yeah.
So instead of being all about, the religion running the country, they were about like, just kind of a government. Even though it was a dictatorship, it wasn't run by the religion. The government wasn't, right?
That's what they wanted to make it. They wanted to make it an Islamic State.
Yeah. So Al Qaeda was like, this is great that the U.S. is coming in and taking out Saddam Hussein because now like they have to put up a new leader or whatever. But now we could, add chaos to this whole situation and like plant seeds of jihadism or whatever they call it. The jihadist movement. And that was all super interesting.
Yeah, the podcast is amazing.
Yeah.
And I listened to it in spurts, so I've only done 3 episodes so far. But yeah, the guy, his perspective on everything is like, I wish I would have had that when I was younger. You know?
I mean, his story was crazy too, since he went to war when he was like 17.
Yeah.
And he was like a nerdy guy. He survived in Bosnia.
Bosnia, yes.
And he survived the front lines. And then, so he had war, and then he was a chemical engineer for Al Qaeda. And then after all that, he became a banker.
Yeah.
It's a crazy life.
Also, too, that he would have never went to Bosnia if his mom was still alive. Like that whole perspective of things too. It's like, like the destabilization causes more people to get what's it called? Radicalized. Yeah.
A political podcast today.
I know. No, I mean it's what I don't give a fuck what people think about what I talk about. But that podcast is amazing.
Yeah, it's interesting.
And also the honesty from the American guy. Like his honesty.
He's really good too.
Yeah. Where he's like, I fucking hated America on 9/11. And when 9/11 happened, he felt it was like it was justified. And he also says that looking back now, I feel gross about thinking that, but that's just the honest truth how I felt at the time.
And he was like super Christian though.
Yeah.
That was his thing. But like his super Christianity was seeing how decadent the US was. And so in his head, he was like, this was kind of like not called for, but he was like, this is what happens when you're decadent. Like karma comes back and hits you. It was kind of what he was saying. Which again, we're not.
I mean, I don't know. But I was it was like, it's a very influential event in my life.
9/11.
Being an American, you know.
I was 6, so I don't remember.
I remember. Did I ever tell you my 9/11 story?
No.
That I woke up for school and I was eating breakfast and like this shit was popping off and my mom was like, what the fuck, right? We were watching TV together. And then my dad came downstairs to shave that day, which he usually shaves in his bathroom upstairs, you know? And I'm a hyper guy, right? So this morning was no different. I'm just like watching the fucking TV, but like being hyper, you know?
You're like television, TELEVISION.
For reals, I was very hyper. And then like when one tower fell, I ran over to my dad. I was like, Dad, the tower fell. And then he's like, hey, Donato, this is not something you fucking joke about, okay?
Stupid piece of shit.
Don't fuck around about this, you know, telling me that. I was like, and then I was like, what the fuck? No, oh, you thought that was, I mean, you know, I'm always making jokes.
I'm funny.
But but no, it for real fell. And then my dad, I remember him having the shaving cream, coming over and seeing it and just being like, oh my God, dude. I mean, I didn't understand what it all meant, you know? And then I was like, all right, I'm not going to fill you in on anything else, dude. You fucking, I mean, you're not going to apologize for how you acted back there, dude?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. I remember that. And then I remember getting taken to school, which, by the way, the tower already fell. Why am I going to school? Anyways.
Yeah, you're like, they're going to take the elementary schools next. Why am I going to school?
Well, the thing about it, I wasn't in elementary school. I was in 6th grade.
Oh.
But when I was in 6th grade, the school I went to, John L. Golden, was only 6th graders. There was no 7th and 8th graders. It was just 6th grade because it was a brand new school.
So immediately you thought that all the 7th and 8th graders in the world were part of this conspiracy.
7th and 8th graders?
I'm just kidding.
Oh, no. So what's it called? Yeah. So when I went to school, I'm like, are you adding something to this?
I'm joking.
I was trying to make it compute. I'm like, no, I didn't think that. No, so I remember being on the steps of the assembly hall and with my friends, like not joking, but like talking about like, what does this mean, fool? But we're all fucking like 11 years old, dude, you know? And so I was like, I I was obsessed with video games because I could never play video games. But whenever I went to my friend Ben's house, we'd play Red Alert 2. Do you know what Red Alert 2 is? It's basically like a reenactment of World War II. What's it called? But in like a old school Warcraft, like you move your troops here, like kind of Europa, kind of, you know.
Okay.
And so they were talking about this like from a geopolitical standpoint. They were way smarter than I was, and I was like, "You think that this is gonna happen like Red Alert 2, guys?" And then they just looked at me and they're like, "What's that?" I'm like, "Oh, it's the sick ass game for you have to fucking kill Hitler, dog." You like that, you know? And they were like, "Anyways, where were we?" kind of thing, and they kept going on like. Red Alert 2 is gonna happen. You guys are gonna fucking come thank me when it
Ask
does.
me for all the answers.
Yeah.
I remember from what I hear, a lot of people thought it was a movie.
Yeah.
Like when they saw that, they're like, "What movie is this?" And then it was like, "Oh, this is the news."
Yeah.
And that's got to be a real trip.
Yeah.
To be like, have you ever been in a situation where it felt like it was a movie, but it was like your life at that moment? At that moment, because I've never felt that.
I mean, where I really thought it was a fucking movie, or like
where it felt like a movie. Not that you thought you were in a movie.
Yeah, I know. It's like, but to me, I always say like this is like a movie moment kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I've had plenty of those with you where it's like unbelievable that you don't understand what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Like those things happen. No. Just certain events in my life where I'm like, oh, that's like a cinematic.
Were you ever there for a historical moment? Were you ever in the area?
What's it called? I saw Arnold Schwarzenegger give a speech at the Ontario Mills. That was dope.
History, yes.
Yes. And then did I ever tell you this story?
No.
My mom is crazy, dude, right? Okay. So you know that. But I love my mom, dude, to death. And she was so she wanted to go see Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he was running for governor of California. And he was coming to the Ontario Mills.
Yeah, governor.
Yes, the governor. And so he was coming to the Ontario Mills in the food hall. You know the food hall, the Ontario Mills.
Yeah.
And they set this fucking stage up, dude. It looked like Kamala Harris and Joe Biden accepting the fucking presidency in the fucking middle of the mall. You know what I mean? And we were like kind of around the back or whatever. And there was this lady in a wheelchair, dude, that was very liberal and against Arnold Schwarzenegger being the governor of California. Liberal or conservative? Because
liberal, probably.
Yeah, because he was a conservative, I think.
I think so.
So she was in her wheelchair with a sign, and my mom was like, "Get this fucking wheelchair out of here," kind of thing, you know. And not just my mom though. It was like a mob mentality of like, "Get the fuck out of here!" But she's like in a wheelchair. Lady. She's like, And then I saw the Schwarzenegger, the governor, come out. And what's it called? He looked fake, dude. He looked super
plastic
fake.
Surgery or what?
Like just cake face, just super cake face. And it sounded like him, you know? And that's all I really remember is that my mom was trying to get closer and closer. And then I just remember like staring at him just like, whoa, that's Arnold Schwarzenegger, dude. Just like.
Jingle bells.
Oh, I thought you said Chingo Bling. Chingo Bling.
Jingle bells. Or Jingle All the Way.
Yeah, Jingle All the Way, dude.
Jingle All the Way.
The kindergarten cop, dude.
And then your dad's like, Terminator. With the same awe as you as with Jingle All the Way?
I'm pretty sure it was just me and my mom.
Oh.
Because she asked me if I wanted to go. I'm like, yeah, I want to see Arnold Schwarzenegger. Are you kidding me?
Jingle All the Way.
Jingle All the Way.
And then you're like, Schwarzenegger, C-S-H-W-A. S-C-H-W-A-R-Z-A-N-E-G-G-E-R. Maybe.
Yeah.
It's funny how you made it a real thing.
Give me a word to spell right now. U-M-M-M.
Ubiquitous.
Ubiquitous. U-B-I-Q-U-I-T-I-O-U-S.
I don't know.
Ubiquitous.
Yeah.
I did it.
You give me a word.
Acknowledgement. Acknowledgement.
I spelled wrong. U-W-H. A-C-K-N-O-D-L-E-D-G-E-M-E-N-T.
You didn't do a W.
Yeah, I did.
Where?
Play it back. I don't remember. I think I did.
Acknowledgement. A-K.
ACKWNO.
I'm just kidding.
Dude, there's that probably one of the funniest SNL sketches to me is, have you seen Will Forte's spelling bee sketch?
I think so. Yes.
Where they're like, give me a word.
Yesterday.
Yesterday. YECTRWE.
Yeah, I saw this.
And then it goes for like another 30 seconds. And then he finishes. And then he's just like waiting for the result.
They're like, no.
Yeah. That sketch is hilarious.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, is that it for here? I've had to take a shit for like 30 minutes.
I mean, we could have
ended it before that. Yeah.
Yeah. But thank you guys for listening. Like, rate, review,
Check
subscribe.
out Conflicted too. Conflicted is a great podcast.
Yeah. Tell them that you listen from us and maybe they'll give us a shout out. But yeah, thank you guys.
Like this really small fucking podcast keeps talking about us, dude. Yeah. All right. We love you guys.
Yeah. God bless.
Fuck. I was hoping to say God bless before you.
Then that's my thing.
Damn it.